Hey guys, how's it going? It's Jonathan with Ark-Ridge Transport. Today is Monday, February the 22nd, 2021. Today the video is going to be about some lessons I've learned that cost me thousands of dollars, that if I would have known then what I know now, it would have been virtually free, maybe $10, $12 to maintain or prevent the problem. And the problem that I'm speaking about is if you have a trailer with electric over hydraulic disc brakes, and the, uh, I've had the two trailers that have hydraulic brakes or electric over hydraulic brakes. The first trailer, I bought it. The dealer did the delivery, and that was that. Nothing was said. The second trailer I bought, PJ, I bought it down. I went to the Houston location. The dealership, the salesman, actually spoke to me what I already knew, but what Load Trail should have told me. And that is, with your electric over hydraulic disc brake line that runs, from the trailer brake line down to your caliper, it's a rubber brake line, and at the end of the brake line, it's a steel flange. It's shaped like an L, and it's flanged out just like a regular brake line on a car, and screws into the caliper. Now, after about 8 to 12 months, anyway, the couple, I get different answers whenever I ask the question on the time that you need to change what I'm about to tell you. I've heard 6 months and I've heard a year. So in between 6 months through a year, you need to take off all your tires. You need to take off all your tires, get some jack stands, take off your all tires and rims, set them to the side. When you get down to your trailer hub, you will see your hub, and then you'll see your rotor, and then you'll see your caliper. Your caliper, that's where your brake line is going to hook into your caliper. And take your caliper and kind of wiggle it. And if it has any slack to where you can hear metal clinking whenever, when it's shaking, when you shake it, if you can hear metal rattling, then you need to change what I'm about to tell you. Now, inside those calipers, when you look at your caliper, it's held on with two shoulder bolts at the front and at the back. The shoulder bolts they're a long bolt that goes through your yoke assembly, through your caliper, through the yoke assembly, and a nut goes on the back side. So you will undo the nut on both of your caliper shoulder bolts. Pull out one at a time. Pull out your shoulder bolt, and you'll need a little flashlight. Shine up inside the yoke assembly and your caliper, the caliper bolt hole, the shoulder bolt hole on your caliper. Inside there's a little crease inside there that a rubber O-ring goes in there. There may be 65 cents a piece, at the most, from Dexter. And that O-ring fits up in the crease of your yoke assembly and your caliper. There's 4 O-rings per bolt, and there's 2 bolts per caliper. You see what I'm saying? So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you got 8 bolts on total on your trailer. So you got 4 O-rings per bolt. And so on the inside of your caliper, like I said, is the O-ring. There's a place that it fits, and after 6 months or a year or however long it takes you to wear that O-ring out, it erodes, and it allows that bolt to rattle and shake. And after 6 months or so, you're gonna make your bolt hole look unnatural. It's not gonna be a perfect circle anymore. It's gonna be wallered out like an egg. It's gonna be, I've seen them completely wallered out, and the caliper, the shoulder bolt hole where your bolt goes through was wallered out completely. There was no and the caliper fell down on the rotor while the trailer was in motion. That was really bad. Oh, golly, these roads. But inside there are O-rings, and so every 6 to 8 months you need to change those O-rings out, because if you don't, like I said, you're going to have a catastrophic failure. It's going to fall on your rotor, and first, before it falls on your rotor, you're going to notice your brake lines are breaking all the time. It's breaking at the flange, and you're not going to, if you don't know this, and I didn't know why they were doing that. I had no idea. It was baffling my mind why I was breaking flanges like that, just right and left. And so I lived and learned. I learned the hard way. But I'm trying to spread this information with anybody that is new, anybody that, you upgraded trailers, or even, maybe you trade trailers so often you don't have to know that, or you're buying a used trailer. Look, if you're buying a used trailer, that's something you need to check for. That's just that's, if I'd have known that when I first, got into this 5 years ago, I would have saved about $3,000, because I let all of mine wear out before I knew that there was even a rubber O-ring in there. I didn't even know they existed. So that's the information that I was wanting to give you all, to if it can, to help anybody, spread the information to your trucking friends, if it applies to them, or even your friends and families that has trailers at home that may not be trucking, but help them out, give them some information that'll save them thousands of dollars. It gets really expensive real quick, and a lot of us don't have thousands laying around just to spend here and there. Especially if you've been in this business a while, you understand exactly why you don't have thousands laying around. Well, it's there's always something to go wrong. I'm just going to put it to you that way. But on this video, I was just wanting to put out some information. It may not be that exciting or interesting, but it will be when you have the problem, I promise you. So please take this information and spread it, and make it common knowledge amongst people who need to know it. And check your oil bath axles. If you got plastic hubcaps that keeps the oil, look, I've had those crack. Look here, you got to check that oil level. You got to make sure you got, you can see your oil level in there. You burn up a hub, but check your O-rings and your calipers and your oil bath axle hubcaps. Make sure they're not cracked, or you're not leaking oil out your rear seal. You need um, you need to check that at least once a day. You need to get up and under there and check your rear seals in the morning before you take off, or in the evening before you take off. Whatever time of day it is you leave, you need, in your PTI, you need to check you need to look at the back of the backside, the inside tires on each axle, and make sure you don't have grease or oil. You'll tell. You look at the back tire, you'll see it. If you got a seal leak, you'll know it. And if you got a seal leak and you can't fix it right then and there, carry some hub oil with you. Keep it full until you can fix it, because if that goes dry, you're screwed. So thank you all for watching. I'm headed to Oklahoma. The next video will be I'm headed to pick up a load of diesel fuel trailers for a customer of mine in Arkansas. So you all have a blessed day, and please like this video and subscribe, and have a blessed evening. Be safe, drivers.